feel me? We know what's going on around us. Peace and blessings to everyone. It's your spiritual military general. Listen, the topic for today, as you can see, is: has it ever felt like your whole life has been, like troublesome, horrible, You know how I do it. I start off with myself, right? So I would say, like, when I didn't really realize, like, I didn't start to see things, like, until I was, like, in my 20s, pretty much. Now, for me, life was very hard. I'm still currently going through hard times. And I say that to say, like, as far as people are concerned, right? You'll always, trust me, there's gonna be somebody. They're everywhere. They are everywhere. So with that being said, right, like, I grew up getting abused, bullied, damn near molested, right? Touched, all types of stuff, right? And, well, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you have to take into consideration that, like, your family may know who you are, right? Before you know who you are, right? That's just one small factor, right? But I really should have said first that you have to understand that God has a divine plan for your life. You know what I mean? And, you having the free will, you have a choice to go left or right? So if you're a good-hearted person, I would hope you go right. But the point of everything that I'm saying is, right, trust God, because he knows, if you know your heart, God knows your heart. And everything that you're going through or been through was for a reason. And it was to open your eyes. You needed to experience. You needed to see. And you need to get closer to God, right? Because once you do that and you put that trust and that faith and belief and the knowing into God, trust me, things will get better. All the way better, right? But take into consideration that your family, there's a lot of stuff when we're born and we're growing up, we don't know a lot of stuff about this world till we get older. We get curious, we do research, and the things that you may think, oh, it's not true, or I can't believe that because I'll be looked at as a weirdo or different. You know what I mean? You probably most likely was already the outsider. You were already the outsider. 10 out of 10. And if they didn't try to pull you in to some demonic stuff, following the wrong groups, having the wrong friends who ultimately probably talked about you, made you feel bad in certain circumstances, you know what I mean? From my experience, I would say that, and I stayed around those people, you know what I mean? The point is, you either got pulled into the wrong side of life because they knew who you was, and you didn't know who you was, and you didn't know to go right, or, ultimately, your peoples, your own folks knew exactly who you was, and things were already set up, in a sense, against you. That's a journey you got to go through. You'll start to see the signs, you know what I mean, if you continuously look for them. And again, God is very key. Very, very key. But yeah, know that your family knows certain special things about this world in most circumstances that you don't know growing up. And it's a journey you have to go through, though. No one can necessarily, like, somebody can tell you. There are people out here that can tell you, but God specifically will put you through your own journey for a reason, because he wants you to become stronger. He needs you to become stronger. I had to go through it. I'm going through it now. I'm strong enough now to the point where I can spread this information. I have the knowledge to see and to know what's going on. You know what I mean? You know how they say, oh, the Matrix and this and that. You know what I mean? You got to know what's going on around you. And that's a journey that you have to take in order to know these things. Also research and God, like I said, right? So let's continue. You got relationship conflicts. For example, me, like, I've had conflicts with my own parent. I found out certain things that I'm not going to speak about right now, right? But that's just one piece of it, you know. And then that kind of adds on to childhood trauma. You know, what if, like I said, you got bullied, you got, you know, touched, this and that. You know, I will say, don't let those things keep you down. Don't let nobody make you feel bad. And, don't let it keep you in a lower state. Take the experience and try to heal from it. And know that God is with you. And it's just an experience. It's just an experience. Next time, you'll see it coming, you know, and you'll make the right decision for yourself, you know. So we have relationship conflicts, we have childhood traumas, we have the fact that our family members know certain things that we don't know when we come into this world. And this is possibly why your life has been shit, because there's something about you that you don't know. Something special about you that you don't know. Right? So it's this thing called generational curses. It's a real thing. I won't speak on mine right now, but it's a process. And it's a process that you have to walk with God. It's you cannot do it alone. You have to lean on God for a better understanding. And you have to do your research. Don't let nobody make you feel like you weird. Don't think you weird. Don't think, it's probably not true. No. Figure it out on your own, okay? Because guess what? My whole life, right, was a setup. I'll just put it simply like that. My whole life was a setup. And I had to figure that out on my own at the end of the day. I didn't really have anybody in my corner. And when I started to see certain things that was going on, because I asked God to show me through this or through that, and God showed me, I was kind of doubting it, like, this can't be real, right? But then when you start to speak on these things, this is what they'll do. They'll say, you're crazy, you're crazy, you're crazy. They're going to call you crazy. I'm telling you now. They're going to call you crazy. So generational curses is just a thing from like a past, your past, your ancestry, your family, or whatever. And you might be called to break that. You might be the one. But just know, if your life has been shitty, it's because of some stuff that you don't know about. And hopefully you get this, this video, so you can understand, you know what I mean? Hopefully this helps. Like, do your research. Understand that there's things going on around you that you may not know. And you're not going to know until you do your research. And you put your faith, belief, and trust in and knowing that God will deliver you through the situation. Very, very key. First, I should have said that first. Very, very key. Okay? God is first. Always. Now, you have to lean on God's wisdom, His protection, and His love. And His word, okay? His word. Get a Bible. Do not fall for... I'm not even going to speak on it. Just trust me when I tell you. Get a Bible. I'll speak on that later. At the end of the day, let's continue. Mental health is another factor why your life could potentially have felt, like horrible, because you went through so much stuff that it affected your mental health, right? So with that being said, you just gotta take some time to heal yourself. That's all. You're not crazy. You're not slow. You're not, So take some time to heal yourself. And then on top of that, there are people out here who will try to play on your mind. Like, they will try to get in your mind and in your head so that you do have mental health issues, so that you believe you have mental health issues when you don't, right? So just remember those two things. You can develop some type of mental health through the journey, but don't ever say that's who you are or that's what it is, because that's what it's not at all. That is exactly what it's not. And you have people out here who are trying to get you to believe that. Literally, there are people out here set up so that you start to feel like you got mental health issues. They'll even tell you, go get a diagnosis. Trust me, my own family did it to me, right? So let's continue. I would advise, based off of that information, to not at all go to a therapist. Like I said, this world, when you grow up, you think you know, but you don't know. And at the end of the day, the information that you spread is very important. Don't spread your information. Don't go to a therapist. Trust me when I tell you. What you need to do, right? If you want to do anything, go to the gym. Because it's silent. It's a silent act of building the endorphins, which makes you feel better, right? So that's why people, always told me to go to the gym. Certain people, certain aspects, you know what I mean? Certain things you go through in life, they'll say go to the gym. Like right now, I see somebody taking a run. You know what I mean? She's going for a jog. That's very key as well. You know what I mean? But if you don't go to the gym or take a run, you wanna go to a park, a public park, out in nature, and you know what I mean? Think to yourself. Don't be out here putting your information out to people, because in the long run, you'll see once your eyes start to open, they're gonna try to use it against you. And you might fall for the bait. You might get mad. You might, you know what I mean? You might succumb to a woman or a man, and now you're stuck in a relationship that was set up for you to be stuck in, and that person ain't treating you right? So don't be talking too much about what you got going on, how you feel, what you like, what you dislike, who did this, who did what, where you going, all of that. Keep the information that you got to yourself. You feeling angry, you feeling sad, keep it to yourself. Go to the gym, go to a park, go take a walk. Feel me? That's it, that's all. Until you know who you can trust. Because the only thing that you can trust is God and your inner gut. What you got going on in that stomach. When you go down somewhere and your stomach say like, dang, hold on. That's a bad idea. That is what you should listen to. That right there in God, trust. Let's continue. This is actually the last thing I want to talk about. Discriminatory treatment. Now, me, right? Trust me, I go through it all the time. I just walked past, I'm not even going to speak on it. Long story short, I'm just this happy-go-lucky hipster, this positive nerd, right? This, you know what I mean? This is how they're going to look at you. And they're going to try to treat you as such. I'm going to say, I'm not going to say it, but I wanted to say it. Long story short, they're going to try to have discrimination in the sense of race. That's BS. Focus on God. Your gender, that's BS. Focus on God. Your age, your religion, your physical attractiveness, and your sexual orientation. Okay? All of that is BS. It's just another way to pull you in. Focus on God. Trust me. Focus on you and God. And do your research. You feel me? If your life ain't going as how you thought it was going to go, you got to go through a certain process, but hopefully you get this video. All I wanted to speak on was everything I already said. It's very key, it's very important that you know, because my life has been horrible too. It has been a journey, I would say. And like even while I'm out here right now, trust, like I said, there's people out here that set up for this and that. They out here right now. They out here. They hear me. Do I care? No, because I keep God with me, and they know how I am when it comes to God, and they know that I know He protected me. And plus, they can only do but so much. All they're gonna do is little stuff. But don't let them get in your energy. You'll start to see it once you wake up. But until next time, until the next video, I really hope this hits the people channel that it needs to hit. Like I always say before I end my videos, keep love and light. Stay positive. Do not let the crabs pull you down to where they at. That's what they want. They want you to hate yourself like how they hate themselves. Don't give them the satisfaction. Okay? Keep your energy. Don't take theirs. Right? So, that's it. Peace and love.